It's the Drains, an everyday story of disgusting folk. You'll be meeting Dwayne Drain, he's dad. Diane Drain, she's mom. And their kids, Ebony and Enoch. Not to mention Clint Bent, he's the lodger. This week's episode, The Telephone Call.
Somebody get that phone.
Hi, are you there?
No, it's Dustin bleeding Hoffman.
Will you get the phone?
All right, I'm sorry. Yeah, listen. Oh my God. Hey, there's custard on the phone. Oh, bloody hell.
What are you doing with that phone? Who was it?
I don't know, do I? He rang off.
Well, you shouldn't put the phone in the bin, Dwayne. There was nothing Was it for me?
I thought you got your messages by the drums.
Dwayne! How can you talk to your daughter like that?
I've forgotten your lines.
Talk to your daughter like that.
My daughter? Me stepdaughter, you mean? She came as a package deal, remember?
Of course I remember. You never let me forget it, do you? One small mistake at the Notting Hill Carnival. Steel band.
Yeah, and you didn't know his drum was loaded.
Well, they said it was a fertility dance.
Too bleeding right it was.
Never mind him, Mum. Why don't you go squeeze a spot hanky? There's a worm in this pie.
It's fat.
He's entitled to be fat. He's eating all the bloody meat.
For me, right?
Enoch! What do you look like? Did you lose a shoe?
No, I found one.
Hey, will you keep your bleeding hands off my cassettes, eh?
Who wants to listen to that prehistoric old rubbish, huh?
I do. That's who.
Yeah, that's because you're prehistoric old rubbish.
Listen, Toya, I was ripping out cinema seats before you was born.
Shut your mouth. Go and put some cherry blossom on your hair, old man.
Don't talk to your father like that.
Enoch, why don't you go and blow your brains out? You've got nothing to lose.
You, Dan.
Good luck though, isn't it, eh? Oh, look, I'm bleeding.
Bleeding, stupid.
Do you wipe your face this minute?
No, look, if I pull it apart a bit, I'll have a scar.
You will if I have anything to do with it.
Did my ears deceive me, or was that telephone?
My God, it's Dorothy Dandruff.
You leave Clint alone. He's our lodger and he pays us good money.
It's how he makes his money that worries me.
I'm expecting a call from Vernon.
Oh, Vernon! Vernon, is it? Is he the one with the false eyelashes and the ankle bracelets?
Well, at least he's got a steady job. He works for a doctor.
That's right, he sits in front of the surgery and makes people sick.
Dwayne threw the phone in the bin.
What a stupid place to put it.
I've got a better place if you'd like to bend over.
Who was it for? Yeah, who was it, eh?
It was for me, wasn't it?
Who was it for, Dwayne?
Well, I don't know, you see, because... for you.
Who is the mysterious caller? Is this a dirty call or just a call on a dirty phone? All this and less in next week's episode of The Drains. The Drains was recorded live in front of a dead audience. It's The Drains, an everyday story of disgusting folk. You'll be meeting Dwayne Drain, he's dad. Diane Drain, she's mom. And their kids, Ebony and Enoch. Not to mention Clint Finn, he's the lodger. This week's episode, The Late Arrival.
Hey! Where the hell is everybody?
Oh, yes, finally here. I was expecting you hours ago. What have you been doing anyway? I suppose you got tied up at the Labour Exchange.
Yeah, you were holding me for ransom trying to get their money back.
I'm not surprised. You spend so much time there, they'll be inviting you on staff outings next.
Everybody, leave the lodgers here.
Oh my God, it's all of the village people.
Thank you, Tony Curtis. Why don't you use that hair to lace up your mouth?
Clint, you're late as well. What's the matter? Can't you tell the time?
He's so bent, he can't even see his watch.
Doesn't make me a bad person.
Dwayne, you leave Clint alone. He is our lodger after all.
Leave him alone. I wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole.
I don't like poly poles. Mind you, I once met a Yugoslav who was rather cute.
Why don't you sail away, fairy boat?
I'll ignore that remark. Where are the kids?
I don't know. They're not home yet, and I'm worried.
Yes, she's worried in case they come back.
You don't think anything could have happened to them, do you?
Oh, I hope not. My poor little Ebony out there alone with them muggins and all.
Don't be stupid. She won't be out mugging anybody tonight. It's Thursday.
Hello, Mum. Sorry I'm late.
I hope you've got a good excuse. It's after midnight.
I got locked in the law at the club.
Why didn't you limbo under the door?
You know something?
Well,
If your brains were made out of gunpowder, you wouldn't have enough to blow your hat off.
Ebony, have some respect for your father.
Tell me who my father is and I'll show him some respect.
oh, that's very funny, that is. That'll have them falling out of the trees in Kenya.
Come on, Mum. Tell me, who was he?
Who?
My father. Who was he?
I honestly don't know. It was at the Notting Hill Carnival. And there were so many people
What
there.
I'd like to know is, if she was 3 months old when you got married, why does she talk like that?
A person's got to have some individuality.
Oh my God, it's the last of the moccasins.
Up your butts.
The prodigal punk has returned.
Where have you been? Look at the time.
Ain't all that late.
That's nice.
It's for you, Mum, because I love you.
Oh, Enoch. Thank you.
Hey, you, flea brain. Your mother was worried about you. Least you could call if you're out nicking late.
I ain't been out nicking late. I nicked all this stuff this afternoon.
Well, where have you been then?
I've been talking to some geezer out in the street, playing a steel drum he was, and asking all sorts of strange questions. Says his name's Winston.
Did you say Winston?
Yeah.
Is Winston really at the door? If he is, will he bang his drum again for Diana? Or is it really a 10-foot pole for Clint? All this and less in next week's episode of The Drains. It's The Drains, an everyday story of disgusting folk. You'll be meeting Dwayne Drain, he's dad. Diane Drain, she's mom. And their kids, Abby and Enoch. Not to mention Clint Finn, he's the lodger. This week's episode, The Chinese Takeaway.
surprise. I got it, innit? I thought, why should my old lady be here every night, slaving over a hot tin opener? So I went out to the Chinese and voila. Come and get it!
Dwayne! Oh, John Collins is giving it all away!
Well, that's a novelty. What is it?
Dynasty, it's just finishing.
Oh, it's a load of rubbish, that.
It makes a lot of people very happy, Dwayne.
Suppose you're right. Nice of them to do a show for the hard of thinking.
Clean, Everett, get there! Dave's brought a supper.
Where's our Enoch, then?
Oh, he's at his pot class.
Oh, he's not smoking that stuff again, is he?
Oh, pottery. It was his probation officer's idea.
Oh, Sally smell. That smells like Chinese food. It is. Ugh.
Well, that's nice, that is. I spend my hard-earned social security, and the Queen of Sheba here turns up her nose.
I'm sorry, I'm just not into Chinese. I prefer a nice Italian.
I met him.
Anyway, Chinese food gives me the heaves.
I'll leave you out the flaming window in a minute.
Oh, God.
Yeah, prawn. Great, aren't they?
What's the pung in here?
Don't start, bin liner. Just sit down and eat.
I ain't eating this rubbish.
Oh, sorry, Sapphire. The soul food takeaway was closed.
Be nice to your father. It's his treat.
He's not my father and he's no treat.
Not a nice one.
How'd you like a spare rib up your booster?
That what you made at your pot class scene?
Yeah. Good, innit, eh?
It's
a pot.
Lovely.
Sorry about the dent though, Mum. I done it with my head like that. You see.
Oh, it's very nice.
It's a bit Phyllis phallic, isn't it?
It's all about phallic. Looks like...
Dwayne! Not in front of the children. Now, come on, let's all sit down and enjoy this lovely Chinese meal. Here, open the box, Sid.
Get out of it, Lady Di.
Oh, you saucy cat.
Talking about saucy cats. What's this supposed to be?
Oh, what's wrong with you?
I swear there's something moving in there.
What did fly away from the takeaway? Was it the saucy cat? Is a Peking duck out of the question? And did Joan Collins really give it all away? The answers to all this and less in next week's episode of The Drains. It's The Drains, an everyday story of disgusting folk. You'll be meeting Dwayne Drain, his dad, Diane Drain, she's mom, and the kids, Ebony and Enoch. Not to mention Clint Finn, he's the lodger. This week's tearjerker, Memories.
Look what I found. Leave your package alone and come and have a look at this.
What is it?
It's our old scrapbook. I found it in the attic.
But we haven't got an attic.
I thought it was cold up there. Anyway, look at this.
Have you been washing your hair?
No, it's the overflow from the septic tank. Oh, look. Here's you at Margate in 56.
Oh, yeah. Hey, look how the sunlight's catching on the knuckle duster. It's pretty, that. Hey, weren't you there?
Nah, I was on probation, weren't I?
Great days. Oh, look, there's Axeman Williams with his family on the beach.
Oh, lovely snap. Who's that they're burying in the sand?
That was a copper. We always said we'd go back and dig him up, but we never seem to get around to it.
Oh, yes.
Who's got the biro? I want to do my eyebrows.
Here, Ebony, come and have a look at this. It's our old scrapbook.
It's got got some of me best scraps in it. All right, Diana Ross, what's so funny?
You look ridiculous. Them sideburns. And the tight trousers. Look at the winkle picker shoes.
That's your mother. I'm over there on the donkey.
You ever been riding it?
Nah, donkey wrestling was all the going them days. I wouldn't buy a fall in a submersion.
You mean a submission?
No, I chucked him in the sea.
Oh, no.
And where have you been?
All night tattooist.
Oh, where have you been done now?
Yeah, well, it's a bit embarrassing, really.
Go on, tell us.
Well, I've been done everywhere else, see, so... you want to see it, eh?
Not in front of your mother.
Yeah, but it's on the tongue, eh?
Tongue. He could get poisoned.
Leave him alone, he knows what he's doing.
Boys, Tallulah's here!
Oh, God, it's puffin boots.
Clint, why have you got a limp?
A limp what? Oh, the limp! I cut myself shaving.
I wish you'd leave your legs alone. I mean, that bathroom, it's like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
They're going to do that as a musical.
Oh, it's enough to make your dreadlocks stand up.
What's that? Oh, it's your father and me. Him and me at the Teddy Boy reunion at Clacton.
Oh, yeah, Alan is Dwayne Eddy. I was named after him.
You mean you was named before him, eh?
Cardinal Bonds. Now stop shaking that dandruff all over me. I look like I've been to a wedding.
Talking of which, here's our wedding photograph. Look, Dwayne, there's you and me. And there's Enoch. He was our page boy.
Oh, was it your wedding? Yeah, you mean,
Yeah, and a scruffy one. One day, Di, I remember the vicar said, "Do you take this woman?" And I said, "Would you?" And he said, "No." So I said, "Well, what are you trying to palm it off on me for then?" Laugh! I couldn't. We read.
For the days. Bill Ailey.
Elvis P.
Rock Hudson, I loved his pillow talk.
Valiant lass. You remember Mum used to sing me to sleep with Twist and Shout?
And you used to hold your little rattle.
Yeah, whatever happened to that snake?
Oh, we used to make an handbag now.
Isn't it amazing what you can train them to do?
Remarkables. Who was with Dad, Mum?
You keep asking me that. It was at the Notting Hill Carnival. His name was Winston. And he played that reggae music.
Oh, shut up, will ya? There's been a lot of water passed under the bridge since then. Hey, let's put on one of them old records, shall we? Hey?
Here we are. Perry Como.
I thought it was a washing powder.
I might get my Tiny Tim out in a minute.
Hey, I've come over all sentimental like, you know?
Dwayne.
No, I said it, haven't I?
The family together.
It's lovely.
I'm feeling all romantic, Di. Hey, why don't we try and recreate them young days of love?
It's impossible.
Is it really impossible? And does anybody really care? Why is Clint limp? Can snakes make handbags? And what are Ebony's roots? All this and less in next week's episode of The Drains.